Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. So another one in our series of stress, we are talking about understanding the meaning you assign to things, which we've talked about in other podcasts before, but this one is in relation to stress. So how we tend to look at things and how we make things mean more than they actually mean. Or because we are in a state of stress, we basically will make it become something bigger, where a tiny little trivial incident or something very, very small and insignificant all of a sudden turns into a giant issue. Making mountains out of molehills, we've all heard our parents say this to us or our grandparents say this to us, and when we do that, it's very hard to shift our perspective because we've already assigned it a meaning of something that's a very big deal, and then here we are trying to, navigate something that's huge. So where it becomes such a big, challenge for us is stopping that process before it starts. So looking for those hooks, seeing how you define things around you is a major piece of breaking the pattern of stress and breaking down the pattern of stress. So if you are consistently finding that you are in a state of stress, and you're monitoring how it shows up in your body, and you're monitoring the triggers of it, and you're looking for all these places, and you're saying, okay, well, these are all the stories I'm assigning it. This is just another piece of information to help you say, okay, if I'm assigning it this story, what's another perspective? What's another story I can assign this? And I'm not saying that you're going to turn your horrible perspectives into great perspectives. I'm not saying that, but I'm looking at you and I'm saying, maybe you can find another way to make it mean something not quite as bad as you've assigned it to mean. So observing and saying, did this person have this intent? Was the intent that they took what the intent I think they meant? 9 times out of 10, it's not. 9 times out of 10, we will realize that they did not do something the way, we thought they initially did it. They were doing something just to, appease themselves. They were doing something to quote unquote help themselves, but it wasn't nearly as sinister as we have made it out to be. And that comes all back to, your mindset, your perspective of the world. So how do you start this rewiring process to break the stress pattern? Well, the first thing is you've got to stop saying, I'm stressed about this situation. I'm stressed about that situation. This stresses me out. Just those very words manifest and put energy into something that you really don't want to have happen. So in order to change a perspective, you have to change your language patterns. First of all, you have to change your physical patterns, and you have to change your perspective. But a lot of times you can do this very quickly by changing your language patterns and the meaning you assign to things right away. If I'm in a stressful situation, and I'm air quoting that, I'm going to first of all say, okay, what's the reason this is causing me so much stress? I make sure I use a what frame on it so that my brain can actually answer, what is stressing me out about this? Well, because I know, and it can be simple situations. Like, I'll give you a great example. I go shopping and I go to Costco and I buy a bunch of stuff and I come home and then I have to unpack everything and put it away. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't want anybody else doing that job. I want to do it myself because I like to put things away where I like to put things away and have it organized, rotated through the stuff. I very much enjoy the process of organizing. It gives me a lot of certainty, and any of you who listen regularly know that I'm a certainty freak and I like it. If my husband goes in and he starts the process of putting things away, immediately that is a stress factor for me because I won't know. Did he rotate things? Did he put them where I would have put them? Where did this go? How did this happen? My brain starts to just overload, and it legitimately is a stress moment for me. Now, he's not doing it to be anything other than helpful. He's trying to be helpful. And me responding this way is asinine, and I know it. So I have to stop myself and I have to pull myself back from the edge, and I say, nope, this is not going to stress me out. I am not going to allow myself to have this response. Instead, I'm going to put myself on the path of being appreciative of him helping. I'm going to say to myself right now, I appreciate the fact that he's helped. I appreciate the fact that he's done it this way. I appreciate the fact that he's poured effort into our home, into us, into caring for us. And this response I'm having is unwarranted. It's over the top. I'm going to change the language pattern. As soon as I start to change the language pattern, I can feel myself come down 2-3 notches. And the stress starts to level off when I change the meaning. Then I can say even further, okay, now I'm going to pause and I'm just going to take a deep breath and I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to pause and relax for a second. Then I can go in, I can look it over, and if I need to move anything to make myself happy, I can do that. But this is not about something that is cause life or death and this amount of stress. So I have to pause and pull myself back. It's always that same little thing that we taught in the bus book. Stop, pause. You have to stop. You have to reflect on where you are. You have to hit that pause button. Then you have to choose, and you have to redirect yourself. You have to consistently stick to the pattern. So today, your mission is to go about that and see how can you reframe it? How can you change that and neutralizing that stress response in your head and in your language? Because that's going to make all the difference in the world. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow and we'll talk about some more stress relieving items. I hope you have a fantastic day and I will see you then. Bye.